Some aspects of other people's video portraits that really stood out to me after the screening were Ruby's use of 2D animation and Hillary's use of stop motion animation. I think that by using these mediums, they both captured their interviewees' personalities in a really engaging way and overall just added a lot of visual interest to their video portraits. In particular, I loved how Hillary's stop motion created a visual representation of the story her interviewee told, and its dreamlike quality really textured her interviewee's voice in the same way, further building on his character. Like Hillary and Ruby, I think in my next video portrait, I might also try using mixed media to add depth to and further illustrate what my interviewee is saying. One way I could have incorporated this into my recent video portrait was to add 2D animation or even moving titles over the top of my fabric texture B-roll. Although, I'd also really love to experiment more with mixed media collage, which I have been trying out a little bit in my own time. I was initially really skeptical about vlogging because I'm not really a fan of watching vlogs, and honestly in the beginning I really looked down on the medium. But I quickly realised that just because it's called a vlog, it doesn't mean that I can't make something cinematic. Vlogging allowed me to complete lots of bite-sized media practitioner challenges and readily reflect on them. For this reason, I think it's a really engaging means of learning, and because vlogging demands so much reflection, it's also a really good way to learn both theory and practical skills in a healthy balance. I definitely appreciate vlogging a lot more now, both as a means of skill development, but also as an incentive to keep on creating on a weekly basis, even if the projects are only small. My favourite prompt throughout the course would have to be the one that spawned the vlog I'm most proud of, which was the mini documentary. I think that since it was framed within a vlog, it allowed me to really think outside the boundaries of what traditional documentary means, which led to me creating something that was mostly animated collage. Looking back, my mini documentary was pretty rough, but I think it's given me the learning experience and the confidence required to maybe attempt something using that same sort of media again in the future. And now here's an overview of my lightbulb moments from the course. The turning points exercise and the Michael Ravager reading on the 3-act structure just made me realize how endless the creative possibilities are when it comes to producing non-fiction media. They also prompt me to think more about how I assemble interviews in post to create the story that I want to tell with my work. My preferred ways of learning involve lots of reflection, both on the strengths and weaknesses of what I've made and the theory and course readings that guided it. Due to how documented the planning for the creative audio research project was, I think that in creating the vlog for it, I realized how valuable reflection is to how I learn. For me, one of the most impactful course readings was Michael Ravager's Shooting and Conducting Interviews. Not only does he clearly and digestibly break down the key aspects of quality interviewing, but he also emphasizes the interviewer asserting control over the situation, which made me feel a lot more prepared and confident going into my interview, which was with a complete stranger. I was really challenged by having to think and create solely in terms of sound rather than with audio-visual media. I discovered that my developing creative practice is actually a lot more collaborative and peer feedback based than I initially thought. Not because I feel incapable on my own, but because I genuinely really value hearing other people's opinions and ideas. And I think I now believe more than ever that feedback, no matter how informal, actually always makes my work a whole lot better.